Today we're talking about flock cameras
Yeah.
and license plate readers and all that.
Yes.
One of the things that I have found of all the people I've been interviewing is it's a topic that actually unites people.
It does.
And so before we get into this, I kind of want to establish a baseline. Where are you politically? And the reason I ask that is because I have interviewed Republicans. I have interviewed my lefty friend Josh up in Scarsdale, New York, right? So I've talked to all kinds of people. So where are you politically as far as privacy and these
Yeah.
license plate readers in general?
Yeah. So just philosophically, privacy rights for me are really important. This is why I don't, we have whether you're right, it unites us because whether you are left of center, right of center, privacy rights are kind of universal, right? It's the expectation of privacy is promised to us, right, through the Constitution. It's morally defensible, right, to want to um, enjoy privacy if you're a citizen, um, and to ask people to surrender their privacy, it, it hits a nerve, at a very deep level, and I get it. And for me, I'm always conscious. I when I approach these new technologies, whether it's flock license plate readers, whether it's drones used by public safety, whether it's speed cameras, which I hate, these are all um, these are all powerful tools, and it can rob us of privacy. And I don't care where you are in the political spectrum. Um, yeah, that that hits a nerve. And so for me, I always go into it and say, well, when I look at these things, I always use that lens. These are tools. How do we still guarantee um, our right to privacy? So I'm just suspect of these things, not against all of them, but I am certainly suspect, and I think it does demand oversight from elected officials at every level.
And I think the challenge is too, we want to support law enforcement. We want them to be able to have these tools in their
Yes,
toolbox to do their jobs, but then you do have to balance it with the rights that people have,
but
right?
that's always been true. The authors of the Declaration, the authors of our Constitution, would never have imagined technologies as phones, as you know, internet, flock camera. They would never have been able to. But it doesn't matter because the guarantee they wrote survives all of that. Okay, they were worried about, you better not read my letter that I wrote to my wife. But a letter is just a medium of communication. It doesn't matter how the medium changes. The guarantee is still there. Your right to privacy still needs to be protected, whether it's an email or a phone call, a text, whatever. And the principles, and I think this is where we have to remember, the courts have been going through this for years, trying to apply this test as technology changes. And the tests never change. I don't care how the mediums change, right? So, yeah, the Balance Act is there, but the tests don't change. Does that make any sense?
It does. And one of the things I realized this years ago, the law is very slow to keep up with
Sure.
technology. Everything is happening so quickly,
Yeah.
especially as now we're headed towards digital ID,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? It's like by the time, I mean, think about it here in Arizona, it's a couple months before they even get back in session again. And by then, who knows what technology will be able to do.